Silence is often overlooked, underappreciated, and misunderstood, yet it carries a power that has changed the course of history, saved relationships, and transformed chaotic moments into peaceful resolutions. In today's fast-paced world, where every second is filled with sound, tweets, and constant noise, the ancient wisdom of Stoicism offers us a profound lesson. Stoic philosophers like Seneca and Marcus Aurelius viewed silence not just as the absence of noise, but as a strategic tool, a way to calm the mind, gain clarity, and respond with composure under pressure. Today, we'll explore how embracing silence can elevate your life, helping you make smarter decisions, build stronger relationships, and maintain inner peace amid the chaos of daily life. Stay with us as we delve into the Stoic art of silence, uncovering its timeless value and practical applications for modern living. If you find this valuable and want to support the channel, a small and free favor I ask is for you to hit the subscribe button. Also, make sure you don't skip any part of the video to fully absorb the transformative insights we're about to explore together. Let's get started. When you encounter unfair criticism, it can feel like a personal attack, piercing your confidence and disturbing your peace of mind. But this is where the timeless wisdom of Stoicism provides a guiding light. Stoic thinkers like Marcus Aurelius remind us that our true power doesn't lie in controlling external events or others' opinions, but in mastering our own reaction. Imagine receiving harsh feedback at work. The natural reaction might be to become defensive, allowing anger or frustration to take control. However, if we pause, embrace silence, and reflect, we create a space for growth. Marcus Aurelius once said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." By choosing silence in the face of unfair criticism, we're not displaying weakness, but rather strategically channeling our energy, focusing on what can be learned from the critique. This approach enables us to sift through the feedback thoughtfully. Retaining only what benefits our growth and discarding the rest is key. It's about transforming a potentially negative experience into a profound opportunity for personal development. When we respond with calm, well-thought-out actions instead of knee-jerk reactions, we maintain our dignity and demonstrate emotional strength. This approach not only helps in refining our skills but also in building resilience. The next time you find yourself in such a situation, remember that silence can be your sanctuary, a place from which you can observe, learn, and strategically respond. This Stoic practice doesn't just minimize the sting of unfair criticism, it transforms it into a stepping stone for self-improvement. Being surrounded by boasting can feel overwhelming, especially in environments where it seems like everyone is trying to outdo each other with tales of their latest achievements. This is where Stoic wisdom offers a refreshing perspective. Consider how Epictetus approached life. He taught that external displays of success don't reflect true happiness or self-worth. It's an interesting thought, isn't it? Now imagine you're at a gathering where someone is endlessly bragging about their latest promotion or exotic vacation. In such moments, Stoicism encourages us to embrace the power of silence. By choosing not to engage in this competitive exchange, you can conserve your energy and maintain focus on your own values and goals. Silence in this context isn't about submission. It's about choosing not to let external noise disrupt your internal peace. This practice does more than just keep you calm. It also allows you to be perceived as someone secure in their achievements, not easily swayed by others' displays of wealth or status. By responding with a nod or a smile, and then gracefully steering the conversation away, or simply keeping quiet, you're not just avoiding unnecessary conflict, you're also cultivating an aura of confidence and self-assurance. So the next time you find yourself amidst a barrage of boasts, remember that your silence can be a powerful and profound response. It's a choice that aligns with the Stoic belief in focusing on what truly enriches your life, personal growth, inner peace, and genuine relationships, rather than superficial achievement. This approach not only helps you navigate boastful situations with grace, but also reinforces your commitment to living a life rooted in meaningful values. Dealing with anger is one of life's greatest challenges. It can erupt suddenly, like a storm that disrupts our peace, and often leads us to react in ways we might later regret. Stoic philosophy, with its deep roots in mastering self-control, offers a unique approach to managing such fiery emotions. Consider the wisdom of Epictetus, who famously said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." His words resonate deeply, especially when it comes to anger. Imagine you're at work, and a project you've invested countless hours into is unfairly criticized. The instinct might be to lash out, to defend your work heatedly. But what if, instead, you chose to pause and embrace silence? By not immediately reacting, you create a moment of calm where you can gather your thoughts, respond more thoughtfully. You give yourself a moment to process the criticism, to separate the helpful feedback from mere negativity, and to respond thoughtfully rather than impulsively. This pause, this moment of silence, acts as a buffer, shielding you from reacting in a way that might harm professional relationships or damage your credibility. Stoicism teaches us that this kind of silence isn't passive, it's a form of active engagement. You're actively choosing not to let anger control you. You're deciding to reflect, to understand the root of your anger, and to respond in a way that aligns with your best self. Power in this practice lies in its ability to transform potentially destructive energy into something constructive. It's about recognizing that while we can't control what others say or do, we can control our reaction to them. And in this control lies our peace and power. So the next time you feel anger rising within you, remember that silence can be a sanctuary, a place where wisdom prevails over wrath, and calmness replaces chaos. Handling unfounded rumors can be another challenge where Stoic principles guide us, and be a true test of character. Rumors, especially those not based on truth, can swirl around you like a storm, threatening to disrupt your peace and unsettle your life. But this is where Stoic wisdom truly shines. Marcus Aurelius advised, "The best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury." Reflect on that for a moment. What if, instead of rushing to counter or dispute every rumor, you simply lived in a way that naturally disproved them? Imagine you hear a rumor that questions your commitment or integrity. The immediate reaction might be to defend yourself vigorously, to clarify the misunderstandings to everyone. However, Stoicism invites us to choose a different path: silence and integrity. By not engaging directly with the rumors, you don't fuel them. You give them less air to breathe, less room to grow. This approach doesn't mean you accept the rumor or resign yourself to its consequence. Instead, it means you trust in the truth and in the people who genuinely know you. You focus on continuing to act with integrity, letting your actions speak louder than words. Over time, this consistent behavior will speak for itself, and those who matter will see the truth in your character. By choosing silence, you preserve your energy for what truly matters, and demonstrate a profound confidence in your values and your path. So the next time you face unfounded rumors, remember that sometimes the most powerful response is no response at all. Just a quiet commitment to living your truth, with integrity and letting your actions speak louder than words. Over time, as people observe the consistency between what you say and what you actually do, the rumors tend to lose their power. Choosing silence in the face of rumors is an act of strength and self-assurance. It demonstrates a deep commitment to Stoic principles, focusing on what you can control, your actions and your responses, rather than what you cannot control, such as the gossip of others. This path teaches us resilience and offers a calm harbor in the tumultuous seas of social interaction. So, the next time you find yourself amidst rumors, remember that sometimes the most powerful response is cultivated silence, allowing your true character to shine through and dispelling falsehoods without a word. Dealing with personal loss is perhaps one of the most profound challenges we face in our lives. Whether it's the loss of a loved one, the end of a relationship, or even the loss of a cherished dream, each brings a deep sense of grief and emptiness. Here, the Stoic approach can offer not just comfort, but also a guiding philosophy for navigating through such difficult times, but also a powerful framework for processing and understanding our pain. Stoicism teaches us that everything in life is temporary, and that our reactions to the inevitable losses we experience are within our control. Consider the Stoic philosopher Seneca, who wrote extensively on the nature of loss and grief. He suggested that while we cannot control what happens to us, we can control how we respond to these events. Imagine you've lost someone important to you. The initial reaction might be an overwhelming sadness or a sense of being lost yourself. However, by applying Stoic principles, you can start to view this loss from a different perspective. Instead of focusing solely on the void left behind, you can choose to reflect on the gratitude for the time and experiences you shared with that person. This process involves embracing the silence that comes with loss, rather than filling every moment with distractions to avoid the pain. Stoic wisdom encourages us to sit with our grief, to understand it, and to let it teach us. Silence becomes a space for reflection, allowing us to process our emotions deeply and thoughtfully. This reflective silence isn't about denying the pain, but about giving it the respect and attention it deserves, transforming it into a source of growth and resilience, our emotions deeply, and to emerge from the experience with a greater appreciation of life's fragility and beauty. Handling personal loss stoically doesn't mean suppressing your emotions, but rather observing them without letting them overwhelm you. It's about finding a balance, allowing yourself to mourn and feel pain, but also recognizing when those emotions are leading you away from the path of healing and growth. The Stoic approach to loss helps us build emotional resilience, enabling us to face the future with a renewed sense of strength and purpose. So, when you encounter personal loss, remember that your response to it defines the path forward. By adopting a Stoic mindset, you can find meaningful ways to cope with grief, using it as a catalyst for personal transformation and a deeper understanding of life's impermanent nature. Navigating through situations rife with ignorance requires not just patience, but a particular grace, one that Stoicism equips us to embody. Ignorance, whether in the form of uninformed opinions or misinformed assertions, often tests our ability to maintain composure and act with integrity. Marcus Aurelius once pointed out that we should act in ways that do not disrupt our harmony with the world. This is a powerful reminder that our reactions should bring us closer to peace rather than conflict. Let's consider a scenario where you encounter someone asserting facts that are clearly wrong or sharing opinions that are uninformed. The instinct might be to correct them outright, driven by a desire to set the record straight, to bring truth to ignorance immediately. However, Stoicism teaches us to approach such situations differently. Instead of confronting ignorance with direct opposition, which can lead to defensiveness or even conflict, Stoicism encourages a response that is measured and thoughtful. This might involve taking a moment to understand why the person holds these beliefs, and assessing the best way to provide correct information in a manner that is receptive rather than aggressive. By choosing to navigate ignorance with grace, you're not just avoiding unnecessary argument, you're also setting an example of how to engage with misleading or incorrect information constructively. This approach is about more than just patience. It's about strategic engagement. You weigh the impact of your words and actions, aiming for a resolution that educates rather than alienates. The Stoic method also involves internal reflection on our motivations. Are we trying to prove that we are right, or are we genuinely interested in reaching understanding and truth? By ensuring our responses align with the latter, we cultivate a character that is both wise and serene, qualities that can significantly influence others positively. So, when faced with ignorance, remember that your response can either perpetuate misunderstanding or bridge gaps in knowledge. Stoicism doesn't just offer us a way to deal with ignorance, it offers a way to transform it gracefully into an opportunity for collective enlightenment. In these moments, silence can be as powerful as speech, and when we do choose to speak, we do so with the intent to heal and to foster understanding. One that emphasizes a thoughtful and measured response. Even in the face of wrongdoing, we can navigate injustice with wisdom and resilience. Stoic philosophers like Epictetus remind us that it's not the external events themselves that disturb us, but our judgment about them. This perspective is crucial when dealing with injustice, as it compels us to focus not only on the immediate harm, but also on the broader implications of our reaction. Imagine you witness or experience an injustice in your community or workplace. The immediate impulse might be to protest loudly, confront the perpetrator, or to seek rectification without pause. While these actions can be necessary, Stoicism teaches us to first pause and reflect. This moment of pause isn't passive. Rather, it's a deliberate choice to ensure that our next steps are both just and effective. By applying a Stoic approach, we allow ourselves the space to consider the most constructive course of action, one that addresses the injustice without compromising our principles or causing unnecessary harm. This might involve carefully choosing our words, strategizing the best time to act, or even determining whether the situation is best handled privately or publicly. The goal is to respond in a way that not only rectifies the wrong, but also promotes a lasting positive change. This measured response aligns with the Stoic belief in focusing on what we can control, our actions and reactions, while accepting that some aspects of the situation may be beyond our influence. By acting with intention and clarity, we can transform our anger and sense of unfairness into purposeful action, one that upholds justice without being driven by impulsive emotion. In this way, Stoicism doesn't discourage us from addressing injustice. Rather, it equips us with the tools to do so in a manner that is both powerful and principled. The next time you're confronted with an injustice, consider taking that moment of reflection, or you act. In doing so, you'll be better positioned to make decisions that not only challenge the wrong, but also contribute to a more just and harmonious outcome. We consider not just the act of injustice, but also the most constructive way to address it, seeking solutions that restore fairness without unnecessarily escalating conflict. This Stoic response to injustice also involves maintaining our inner peace. Marcus Aurelius believed that preserving our inner tranquility is essential, even when external circumstances seem chaotic. This inner peace is not about passively accepting injustice, but about ensuring that our emotions do not cloud our judgment. It allows us to approach situations with a clear mind and a steadfast heart, which is especially important when navigating complex social dynamics. Responding to injustice with Stoic wisdom often means looking for systemic solutions rather than temporary fixes. It involves understanding the underlying causes of the injustice and working towards long-term changes that prevent such issues from recurring. This might mean engaging in dialogue with community leaders, advocating for policy changes, or educating others about the issues at hand. When surrounded by boastful claims, it's easy to be drawn into reactive or defensive behavior. However, Stoicism encourages us to remain centered and to respond not with counter-boasting or defensiveness, but with measured silence or purposeful speech. This approach not only preserves our inner peace, but also sets an example of how to engage with others constructively and thoughtfully. Injustice, like ignorance or boastfulness, can be met with a response that transcends the immediate emotional impulse. By focusing on systemic solutions and maintaining our inner peace, we contribute to a more just and harmonious world while upholding the Stoic ideals of wisdom, courage, and temperance. It's an active choice to prioritize what truly matters. The Stoics, like Seneca and Marcus Aurelius, emphasize the value of internal virtue over external validation. They encourage us to maintain our integrity and focus on our personal journey, rather than being swayed by the fleeting accolades that others may seek. Consider a situation where colleagues or friends are loudly sharing their successes, perhaps even embellishing their stories to gain admiration. The Stoic approach isn't to challenge them or try to outdo their achievements, but rather to listen quietly and reflect inwardly. By embracing silence or responding with a simple acknowledgement, you demonstrate that you are secure in your own values and achievement. This kind of response is deeply rooted in the Stoic principle of focusing on what truly matters, our character and virtue, not the superficial measures of success that often dominate social interactions. This Stoic silence is not passive. It's an intentional decision to stay grounded and to resist the urge to compete for validation. It reflects a profound confidence in the belief that true worth is not measured by external praise, but by living in accordance with your principles. In choosing this path, you cultivate an inner strength that allows you to navigate social dynamics with grace, avoiding the pitfalls of comparison and envy. Ultimately, by embodying Stoic principles in such situations, you not only maintain your own peace but also subtly influence the atmosphere around you. encouraging others to focus on more meaningful pursuits, rather than getting caught up in the race for superficial recognition. It's a deliberate and active choice, one that's about conserving your energy, not allowing yourself to be dragged into the arena of ego and competition. This choice reflects a confidence that doesn't need external affirmation to recognize its own worth. Stoicism teaches us that true fulfillment comes from within, from knowing that we are living according to our principles and striving towards our own defined goals, not those set by society or peers. Moreover, responding to boasts with stoic calm can subtly shift the dynamics of a conversation. It often causes others to reflect on their own behavior and perhaps reconsider the value of their boasts. Your calm demeanor can act as a gentle mirror, showing others a more serene and grounded way of being. The next time you find yourself in a situation where boastful claims fill the air, remember that your silence and serene acknowledgement can be a powerful response. It shows that you are not easily swayed by the winds of others' words, and that you value substance over show. Let your actions and quiet confidence speak for themselves, demonstrating that you are guided by inner virtue rather than external validation. This approach not only preserves your peace, but also sets an example for others, encouraging a focus on what truly matters: integrity, purpose, and the quiet strength. Embodying the Stoic belief that true worth is measured not by what we proclaim, but by what we do and who we are. Responding to insults with grace and composure is perhaps one of the most practical and challenging applications of Stoic philosophy. When we are insulted, our natural inclination is to react defensively, to retaliate, or to feel hurt. However, Stoicism teaches us a different approach, seeing the opportunity for growth and self-reflection in these uncomfortable moments. When someone hurls an insult our way, it's an invitation to practice this Stoic principle. Instead of reacting impulsively, we can choose to pause and reflect. This moment of pause is crucial. It gives us the chance to step back and assess the situation objectively. Why was the insult given? What can it teach us about ourselves or the other person? Often, insults reveal more about the person who delivers them than about the person receiving them. By choosing not to respond in kind, we maintain our dignity and demonstrate that our self-worth is not dependent on others' opinions. This approach is not about passivity or ignoring wrongdoing. Rather, it's about choosing a response that aligns with our values and long-term goals. By refusing to be drawn into a cycle of negativity, we assert control over our emotions and actions, showing that our sense of self is rooted in something far deeper than external validation. In this way, responding to insults with grace becomes a powerful exercise in self-mastery. It allows us to rise above the immediate impulse to defend or retaliate, embracing instead a path that fosters inner peace and resilience. This Stoic practice not only preserves our own tranquility, but also sets an example for others, illustrating that true strength lies in how we choose to respond to life's challenges, not in the fleeting satisfaction of winning a verbal battle. This doesn't mean that we accept or agree with the insult, but rather that we recognize our ability to choose our response. This choice is empowering. It transforms a potentially negative interaction into a testament to our strength and character. Moreover, responding to insults with silence or a calm, measured reply can diffuse a potentially volatile situation. It can also shift the dynamics of the interaction, showing the other person that their words do not have the power to disturb your peace. This can be a profound lesson, not just for ourselves, but also for those around us. Teaching by example, power of equanimity. Stoicism doesn't ask us to suppress our feelings, but rather to manage them in ways that align with our values. It teaches us that our true power lies in our ability to control our reactions, not in controlling what others say or do. So the next time you face an insult, remember that your response can elevate the situation. You have the choice to either escalate the conflict or to return to your principles of peace and self-respect. By choosing the latter, you honor not only Stoic philosophy, but also your own integrity and resilience. Embracing Stoic principles isn't just about understanding philosophy. It's about living a life of purpose and peace. Thank you for joining me today on this journey through the Stoic Journal. If you found value in our discussion, consider watching one of the suggested videos on your screen. Continue exploring how Stoicism can transform your daily life. Thank you for being part of this thoughtful community. Until next time, remember that true strength lies in our response to life's challenges.